I will be right back. I'm just getting a sandwich. my gumming. Whew. It's gonna be the least professional stream I've done. Ah! Mouth is saying a lot. Oh! I need to bring the audio down. Do that just in case. Bam. Make my face here. Hello. I'm BoredGamer. We are in the middle of the IAE Star Citizen's biggest sale event. Star Citizen's done lots of stuff. If you'd like to ask some questions during the stream, just say question in brackets and then ask your question. I am the lovely BoredGamer. And, yeah, gonna have a nice chill stream. Have a bit of a chat. Zin's working on some videos at the moment. Sort of planning a load of videos while, because we're sort of away next week on holiday. So we've got gonna have some videos sort of pre-prepared for that. I might try and record like one quick one while I'm away as well, and to limit disruption on the channel. I'm so sorry. I'm really hungry. I didn't realize how hungry I was until I started. I pressed the start button and I was like, I'll make a ham sandwich. Good. I can probably do the Winston Churchill voice while eating. I'm so sorry, this must be horrible. Can we do that? We just have Chris Roberts' disembodied head. So, we're in the middle of the IAE. I did bring sandwiches for everyone. By everyone, I mean everyone that's here. And by everyone here, I mean everyone that's literally proximate to me, which is me. I know something that we can show while I'm norming away. Let's pause this music. And let's bring this up. Put this on. Boop. Let's put that there. This here. So, one of the things we had through the IAE is Jax McCleary. He's not dead. So let's check out some of these IAE sort of teasers. Not teasers, little skits, little videos we're getting each day. So every day we're getting a little Jax McCleary video on the IAE, and this will explain what's going on.
Liberty, ingenuity, equality. These ideals connect each and every one of us across this vast empire of stars. As such, I want you all to meet the 2952 Cutter from Drake Interplanetary. Oh yeah. This ship embodies those ideals that we are truly democratizing spaceflight.
Who needs to hire talent when the aerospace CEOs are dying to get on camera? Hey, Jimmy?
It's all about the hard-working people of the UEE. That's why we're excited to sponsor the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2952. See you in STEM.
What in the unholy hell? They think I'm dead? Unbelievable! Bob! I cannot believe that they moved on without me. After everything I did for them. Would a call have killed them? Oh, hey, Jax, do you want to come back, host the show? I'm sorry, Jax can't take your call because he's dead. Bob! Bob, now, I need to take the Corsair.
Good one.
Yeah, I came out here to get inspired, and I've just been hanging around, tending to my garden, and pillaging and plundering with you lot.
Are you talking to me?
You don't understand, Bob. My bosses have killed me off screen. Yeah, I've got to get back to Stanton.
So I just want to pause that briefly because it's genuinely, it's genuinely really good. Like, the movement, the filming.
Into my garden and pillaging and plundering with you lot.
Are you talking to me?
So all of
You don't understand,
all of
Bob.
this sort of
My bosses have
animtion
killed me off screen.
and the writing and everything is actually really good here. It feels really believable. There's fantastic facial animations. It makes me think that Star Citizen should stop making a game and start making a machinima or making a animated or CGI series. Like it's that sort of good. They always hit it really out of the park with their little shorts and things that they do. That's just why I want to say that. I just think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I've got to get back to Stanton. Is this ship flight ready?
Whoa! Whoa, Jax! But you can't have my ship.
Oh, come on, Bob, you owe me. You stole my Odyssey right when I got to Pyro.
But you stole it back.
And crashed it.
And crashed it.
Well, fair point. Did the boys already chop that new Drake cutter?
No, I told you I'm keeping that one. I kind of like it. Handle's nice.
Bob, please.
No.
But it's just sitting there.
You know what, Jax? Fine. If it'll keep you out of trouble for a while, you can borrow the cutter.
Thank you, Bob.
I said borrow.
Thanks, Bob.
Jax!
Bye.
Don't fly angry!
Right. Are we on? Ah, okay, right. Jax McCleary here. Obviously, I'm not dead. Just thought you should know. Looks like we're going back to Stanton. Here we go! Okay. Ah, throttle's over here. Interesting. That does make a little bit more sense. Okay. Here we go.
But that's not all. I'm almost done with my sandwich. This is perfect.
Is it on?
I don't know.
This is fantastic, this video.
It was right where he said it was! And to think, we tracked your little Drake ship here to kill you!
Guys, I do know my way around an 890, and since your hideout's say derelict origin super yacht, I may as well take advantage, so...
Come on, Jax! Stay for a treat!
It's kind of you, really. It is kind, but I've got to get back to Stanton, so I'll just say bye-bye.
I'd love to have you for dinner. What did I say?
I love that. Something I said. Yeah, I need you. Right. There is another one. One each day. Oh, what have I done?
Oh, no need to resort to fisticuffs to decide whose Aegis ship is the better. No. For crying out loud! Go get in your damn ships. Come on. Let's take it to the tarmac, shall we? All right then, friends. Gladius versus Saber. Let's settle this thing once and for all. Sans violence. I mean, I used to do this kind of thing on my show all the time. Are they ready? Sounds good! See, we've arranged a tower of barrels for each ship to blast. Each ship has the standard factory loadout. So let's see how that Gellinson Mantis GT220... Oh! I think maybe we should get out of here. Never put the cutter. Oh, there it is!
I think someone shot that Saber after it had won. Have a look. Let's have a look. So the Saber has won that engagement, yeah? We happy with that. That Saber has won, yeah?
Maybe we...
Then something hits it from the rear. Did the Gladius fire off a missile that's then sort of tracked it? So it might have fired a missile off. Is that trailer missile? It is. So it fires a missile off. Now, is that the missile coming back Or has it been shot by another source? I only just noticed that myself. I haven't actually sort of studied these videos. I will after the IAE probably.
Here, where I put the cutter. Oh, there it is.
Interesting, eh? Well, I mean, it's as interesting as you want it to be. They're cool little videos, cool little skits. I have finished Sandwich, which is good. What, Chris? Where am I, Chris? What have you done to me? Where's my face, Chris? No. This one? It's me! It was me all along! So, yeah. I'm really enjoying the IAE this year so far. There's obviously been some cool ships that have already been released with Drake Day. We've got the Corsair, newly flyable. I've got the Drake Cutter, newly announced and flyable. Drake Cutter, interesting ship. Really great price at the moment, $45 for a game package and the ship. And for $10 more, you can upgrade it to a Penguin, an Avenger Titan. I think that's a genuinely great deal. There's a storm going outside my house, so apologies if you are sort of hearing some weird disruption-y boys in the background. So, or if I get weird signal or whatever. Did Zin voice Bobby, or do you just have American ears? I wish she'd voiced that. You have American ears. You are unable to discern accents particularly well in the UK because a lot of them sound relatively similar without understanding the nuance. I think so. My Zin and Kit, two of my best mates, they people, including me, get confused between them quite often. Well, I get confused between them not because I think they sound similar. I just get confused between them because my brain just calls them interchangeably the same person. A lot of people just get confused between the way they sound. Managed to get a rock in the back of the cutter. Nice. It's supposed to be able to take a vehicle, kind of. I mean, rock's really a space bike, realistically. Right. So yeah, feel free to ask questions. You don't need to donate or anything to get your question asked and answered. Although you're more than welcome to, and I will read them out quicker and immediately when I see donations, just because, you know, I'm a great person. And also I like your money. Let's show this. And what have we got? I have $45 store credit, but I have a few $50 chips I can melt if needed. Excited for RSI day. Yes, so that's the next big day as far as I'm aware. So let me bring up the IAE schedule. It's actually... So we've had Dragon's Planetary. That's where we had a couple of those new ships. Origin Jump Works, just the standard ships that we already are aware of. The 890 Jumps went on sale in limited quantity. Aegis Dynamics, always a fantastic day. Very sort of... very flashy. Why is it going flashy like that? Weird. Yeah, they had things like the Idris and the Javelin on sale as well in limited quantity, so people quite like the capital ship sort of sales. Today's Alien Day, so in an hour and a half, or 4 p.m. UTC, the variety of alien ships will go on sale. Then we've got Anvil Aerospace tomorrow, and then Argo, Consolidated Outland, Greycat, and Kruger the day after. 24th, we've got Crusader Industries, Untamable Land Systems, and then 25th, we've got MISC, and then 26th, to finish off the manufacturers, we've got Robert Space Industries. Now, we are expecting some big stuff at the Robert Space Industries, the RSI one. Some more ship releases. Who makes the posties? Is that MISC or RSI? Anvil? Is it Anvil? It's Anvil. So maybe we're also expecting something for Anvil Day. When is Anvil Day? My brain had a proper brain fart there. So tomorrow we're potentially expecting a new ship as well. which would that be evenly spaced out? So 18th, 19th, 20th. So 4 days, and then 26th. Yeah, so every 4 days. And that makes sense. So Anvil Day, new ship probably announced. And then on the 26th, another new ship. Don't expect the ship on the 26th, the big old RSI one, to be straight deployable. Being cautious about what I say, just because I don't want to give people spoilers. So tomorrow 4 PM UTC is Anvil Day, and today 4 PM is Alien Day. This video trailer is a mixture of stuff from Miners In's gameplay to Inside Star Citizens to CitizenCon. So at the moment, it's showing off the new underground facilities. And this is the overground part of the new underground facilities. Yes. Did CIG mention the Crucible in the last ship video? I don't believe so. I didn't see it mentioned. I didn't notice it. I need to rewatch the Star Citizen Live ship update stuff that they did. I have not heard any updates on the Crucible in a while. That said, there might be some updates later this week. Right, what have we got question-wise here? Can an Aurora fit in the back of the Corsair? I do not believe so. No, it shouldn't be able to. Not the right. The Corsair rear has a reasonable amount of space, but space for a vehicle, not really a ship. You might be able to get some snubs in there, maybe. I've not tried. Oh, people are saying the Pisces can fit in the back of the Corsair. That's pretty cool. So maybe if there was a small little Pisces with like a medical bed in it, you could put that in the back of the Corsair. Maybe. And then have a medical bed in there. Is it good to aim for lifetime insurance ships, even at the state of the game? So insurance doesn't mean anything yet. Lifetime insurance is going to be a minor but good perk. If you can get it without expending extra money, then I would say get it. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to have, but you get 10 years insurance for lots of the ships now, anyway, in the sale. So you're going to be melting your Odyssey for this new RSI ship. What's the best way of getting a C8X with lifetime insurance? So at the moment, it would be buying a cutter and then upgrading it to the Pisces. How can you make sandwiches for yourself and not for everyone? I did make them for everyone that was proximate. I mean, you'd have to get here, wouldn't you? What else have we got? I love. What else have we got here? Thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate that. I swear I heard you say in a video that CIG said they weren't going to hold the Idris for release for Squadron 22. They have said that previously. They have said that they are not planning specifically on holding the Idris until Squadron 42 is released. They're not dependent of each other. You did hear that correctly. That's from multiple sources from CIG that have said that. I would have to dig them up to give you an actual linked source. But that is the last word on the matter, as far as I'm aware, was no, we don't need to release. We're not going to be necessarily holding the Idris for Squadron. They might. They sounded like they weren't going to. It might so happen that it sort of coincides because they need to build out the Idris P. Maybe they want to finish off the Idris M fully first. Have you had much flight time in the Corsair? Not much. Maybe an hour and a half. Not much at all yet. I am planning to do some missions with Sin and the Corsair. What do you think Tier 0 exploration will entail? Probably the ability to scan down points of interest in space and on the ground and visit them. Points of interest scanning down. So realistically, Tier 0 exploration will be when they update scanners and star map stuff. What other straight to fly ships do you expect? Well, hold your eardrums. No, because I will say what I think. I believe the Anvil one is going to be straight to flyable, and that Anvil one is the medical Pisces, the C8R, with a Tier 3 bed in the back. That's what the data mine suggests, and I'm totally up for that. I'm totally hot for that ship. If you're able to take your spouse somewhere, I'd need a spouse first on Star Citizen to give them the best first impression. What and where? What would you do? Orison. I think Orison looks beautiful. Take them around, show them the sort of. This is the sort of background of the game. This is the sort of where people are living, where people are shopping, where people are spawning. Show them the transit and the silly stuff, and then take them around and do some pew pew. In 3.18, it's going to be much more viable to do that because there's going to be FPS missions on the platforms at Orison as well. So that means you can jump straight into some combat and some interesting stuff. If something goes wrong or you die, spawn at the hospital there. And then if you want to do some like interesting missions, the 890 jump sort of rescue mission. I got my Corsair. Thought on new radar and scanning when we might expect that. That is a really good question, Sketto. I do think it's super important. They're working on it. I don't know when. Next year. So the sandwich that I just had was some really nice ham. I can't remember what the ham is, but it's sort of like I think it's black treacle ham. So it's glazed in black treacle, and then with sourdough bread, a little bit of butter, and then garlic aioli, which is basically garlic mayo without the egg. I love this. There's loads of questions about my sandwich. Nice. My question is how, and literally more questions on sandwiches. Yeah. So it looks like scanning will either be part of. We could see scanning early next year or late next year. Just somewhere next year is sort of the scanning updates and potentially even star map updates. Sorry to pop off right away with banning Merchantman questions. Do you think the recent news of it being on Skeleton Crew and possibly backburned means it's going to release 2024? I mean, that's possible. I would expect them to start talking about it more potentially later this week, just give us some updates. I do think it's an important ship. I do think they want to get it out. I do think there are other priorities for Squadron 42, though, that might take away from the development of it. I still think it's a possible end of 2023 release. Hopefully that's the case. Did I hear right that the cutter will be forever referred to as the cutlet? I like the cutter. I like cutter as a name for it. Don't we need to nickname it further? Any news on physicalized damage and ship armor? So expect that to be done after, or maybe even straight after, they do the resource management system that they're currently working on. And that's planned to come in next year. Obviously, they've got soft death in game now, which is a step towards that, or a placeholder for some of the things that physical components and physical damage does, which means that 70% of the time when your ship would have otherwise died, it's instead left there disabled, permanently disabled, as sort of like a salvagey thing. The crew will still be alive on that ship now rather than exploding and killing everyone, but the sort of cargo is also intact, so you can save the cargo or people might board you, pirates might turn up. Yeah, I'm expecting the Squadron 42 cinematics to be superb, but the general gameplay should be like a living cinematic. That's the way they've sort of are building Squadron 42, right? Estimates on 4.0 release date, end of June, if we're lucky. Board, I've just confirmed that the mule fits inside the reclaimer with ease. That makes sense, right? Jax is going to show us pyro. Well, he sort of has been. He's trying to get back to Stanton, isn't he? Sort of little bits of pyro on the background. So we got... I swear I had... And that's what we talked about earlier. You think there'll be any more straight to flyable ships other than the one we know about tomorrow? Yes. So I haven't heard of anything else being straight to flyable. Obviously, you've got a very likely concept sale with RSI at the end. We've got that new one coming out tomorrow with Anvil. We could see some other variants of vehicles. They might have had some secret stuff. It's possible. What do you think about the persistent entity streaming? Do you think it can come out this year? Yes, I think that's very, very likely to come out with 3.18 this year. So me and Zin have talked about it. She thinks that it's more likely that 3.18 is next year. We'll have an open PTU like by the end of the year, but not finished. I think we'll have 3.18 released, but not with all the features. It's possible that they get all the features in. I think persistent entity streaming is the most focused feature and the one that's had the most testing. I have $450 in credit on the store. Is there any new ships? So, Corsair's pretty cool. Obviously, flyable. The colours, you know, starter ship. But might be worth you seeing what's available on the RSI day. There may be a new ship in concept that you might want to purchase with that money. What do you think the biggest ship you could solo effectively? So like something like a Corsair is very viable to solo just because of its amount of forward-facing gunfire. Firepower. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, you are going to have problems if there's sort of component damage or if you get swarmed by fighters or something because you're not going to have the coverage you need. Obviously, you can solo any ship, even like a Javelin, but you'll want to use AI blades and NPC crew. So with that, you'll technically be able to solo anything. If you're talking about truly soloing stuff, then the smaller the better, just because if you need to repair or you need to run multiple sort of things at once, you're at a massive disadvantage. Also, if someone tries to board your ship, it's just GG sort of thing. Does the Idris P, so the Idris K aftermarket kit, disappear after the IAE? I didn't see the Idris K kit. Was it actually available? I didn't see the kit. Extras. Products. I didn't see the Idris K kit anywhere. If you've got a link, please send that to me. I did not see it.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much for the bits, Apollo. That is very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Legend, thank you. Thank you for all the subs as well. I've seen a few little subs appear. My should be working for donations. That's good. Nice. Appreciate all the kind words. Thank you, thank you. I love covering Star Citizen. It sort of keeps me sane. Like I'm quite bad with well, not quite bad, but I suffer from bipolar depression and sort of quite bad anxiety. But if I'm working and focused, I'm busy, I'm fine. The joy of being so tired that I go to bed without any insomnia or anything, that's fantastic. So I like working, I like doing multiple things. I like covering Star Citizen every day, I like being focused on that. I like doing silly stuff like streaming to an extent to get tired. I like learning board games. I like I run some other businesses as well. Mainly it's a collectibles and board game company on eBay. So my friend makes arcade controllers. Zin's partner, in fact, makes arcade controllers. Really sort of high spec, nice ones, but like in a small profile. So you can take them to tournaments and then or just play at home with them, and they're really sort of nice feeling for like fighting games. He's going to be making a Star Citizen controller at some point. and I'm discussing that with him. So at some point, I'm going to be promoting his stuff, and might ask people's help for sort of product development. Will the Hull C be at Misk Day? Yes. Also, so the whole of the Hull series will be at Misk Day as well. I say be at. So the Hull A and Hull A will be available to fly. The rest of the Hull series will be available to buy. You might see potentially the Hull C on the show floor to explore, maybe, if we are lucky. And the Hull E will be on sale limited hull-wise. So it will be on sale in waves in a very limited quantity. Constellation Gold Standard announcement. So as they go through and make all of the ships ready for the resource management system, physical components, physical damage, all that sort of jazz, they will bring them up to current Gold Standard. Which 2 alien ships would you recommend to consider purchasing? Totally depends on what sort of gameplay you want. I don't really know. I'm not a fan of many of the alien ships. Like the Scythe and the Glaive, I want them to upgrade them to the latest versions. And so obviously the Blade has got the latest Vandal updated look. But the Glaive and the Scythe have yet to be updated for that. And there's some cool stuff like Banu Merchantman, okay, is one of my favourite ships. But it's the only alien ship I can think of that I really, really like. Oh, and I like the Talons. So Banu Merchantman, fantastic ship. It's going to be quite expensive now, though. I got a load of them when they were $250. Eventually, they'll be given for giveaways and things. But yeah, that's a floating sort of market, bazaar, shopping mall, cargo hauler. If you want to be a merchant, if you want to be a cargo hauler, if you want to run your own shop, it's sort of all of that and more. Very cool ship. I'm really excited for it. Obviously, Clan Imperium have been doing bits and bobs of it. I'm hoping they give us another update later this week. So Banu Merchantman for sure. And then I really like the Talons because I like the idea of sort of quick dive bombers and sort of very interceptory fighters that are glass cannon-ish with a lot of firepower that sort of get out and then sort of do that sort of joust, but are built for that joust. They're built for the sort of dive bombing runs, the sort of that sort of thing. Is there a way to swap store credit between accounts? Not really. I think you can... The best thing to do, I believe this works, you can buy CCU upgrades with store credit, yeah? You can buy a ship, like the Cutter with game package, with real money. Then you can apply those... CCU upgrades that were built with store credit onto that ship that was bought with real money, and you should still be able to gift it. I believe that still works. Sorry, did you say there may be a new RSI ship? Yes, so, I mean, spoilers here. The RSI ship appears to be the RSI Galaxy. And it looks to be a bigger than Constellation size ship that's very modular, the modularity and customizable that allows it to sort of like do mining, refining, or medical, or cargo hauling, maybe some other stuff as well. It looks pretty cool. From the sound of it, sounds like it's going to be a concept ship. Don't know too much about it other than those sort of leaks, and take those leaks with a big old pinch head of salt. Austin Downs. That controller sounds pretty cool. Got to head to work now, unfortunately. See you, Space Cowboy. Thank you very much, Austin. That's very much appreciated. Thank you very much for that donation. And yeah, well, I'll start talking about and showing off those controllers at some point. He's got a website. It's called or DC. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten the name of your shop. His name of his product is the Bento Box. And I can't remember the... Scrub tier? Get scrub tier. I'm so sorry, DC. Scrub tier. Here we go. Show stuff off. So he makes these controllers, which are memed on quite heavily because they're so bright with the LEDs. But they are very cool looking, high spec things for fighting games. Very sort of neat. With like sort of everything's very well sourced and everything, the buttons and the electronics and all that sort of stuff, and all built on his own. Anything that he's built it up himself. You can see the switches and everything for them. They're very, very cool. He ships all over the world. Is getting quite a lot of sales, so he has to do them in batches. So the earliest batch now is 31st December. But I'll talk more about this in the future because he's going to be doing starters and controllers and things. These are more sort of arcade fighting sticks and more fighting controllers. What else have we got question-wise? How limited is the Crucible? Crucible is not limited. It's a limited time sale, but not by amount of hull. So you'll be able to buy the Crucible on the respective day. It's a RSI Crucible, isn't it? I'm starting to forget, because there's so many ships, what manufacturer certain ships belong to. Do you think we'll get an alien mining ship? Eventually, yes, for sure. Almost certainly. I can't confirm that, but I would expect that, yes. How many players at once will static server meshing bring? So, we don't know. Assume that sort of the standard system will be broken up into 6 to 10 sort of static mesh thing, so 1,000 players in the first iteration. Dynamics obviously can spin up and down based on rooms, so servers based on rooms. So you could technically have everyone in. Technically, maybe. There's other things to consider as well. Sort of latency and where people are in the world, data centers, the scalability of Amazon Web Services. Sorry, TJ, but love you both. You are beautiful boys. What else have we got? How many snubs could you fit in the Kraken? Are you talking about in or on or both? Because dozens. Obviously, it's got the Drake. It's got the Dragonfly Bay as well. Things like that. In the last week's Star Citizen Live, they said something about working on gold standard for ships in Squadron 42. Yeah. Do you think that we'll see any of them next year? So gold standard just means bringing up to the current technology standards of any given patch. And they need to do that with Squadron 42 stuff so that they're ready to be released with Squadron 42. They bring them up to the current standard, which is a good indication, very good indication, that they are nearing the level which they would consider sort of the standard for all ships, gold standard. Do you see what I mean? Because there will be a definite thing of when they go, bam, gold standard for the ships is now pretty much remains unchanged for the future. Getting there, we need the resource management system. We need physical components before that's totally done, right? But also part of the gold standard pass at the moment is to make sure everything's got all the components and room for them and is set up for the resource management system. Why didn't they make the Cutter and Argo ship? It sort of makes sense, right? But maybe we'll see. Cool little Argo starter in the future. Do you think Tier 0 explanation will tell? We talked about that earlier. I own a 400i and lifetime insurance and want to swap it for a Corsair. Both are valued at $250 and I'm able to upgrade. I'm so sorry. That's really annoying, isn't it? Yeah, they removed that a long time ago, the ability to swap for the same ships between the same value. Message customer service. They may be able to help you. Please help. Have you or anyone heard of any fix for the Pisces cargo ramp not opening? No, I have not. I've had some people complaining about it. Do we know if the RSI Galaxy will have a hangar for a small ship? That is the expectation, yes. How does everyone feel about the Corsair's flight characteristics? So, from my limited experience of flying it, she's quite a hefty girl. I need to actually do some missions with it and do some combat with it. Very powerful forward-facing weaponry, though. So, only tier 2 and tier 1 beds are the beds that you can respawn at the moment. Yeah, so Carrick has, and A9 Jump have tier 2 beds. So tier 3 beds are for treating minor injuries and stabilizing wounds. As far as I understand it, as long as you're not getting attacked by external forces, you effectively can't die when you're in a tier 3 bed. It sort of stabilizes you. You think you'll still be able to run a Carrack with 2 people after engineering's in? Yes, but I do think it will start to be tough. I mean, NPC crew and blades are going to help a lot, right? Aioli's just hipster mayo. Number 1, you've spelt that wrong. Number 2, I don't necessarily want eggs and everything. Actually, I really like garlic mayo, and I really like aioli. It's just, typically I find that garlic aioli, tastes more garlicky without tasting bitter and without tasting too garlicky. We can expect CIG to rework the Corsair atmosphere flight characteristics, right? It needs tweaking for sure. Been a long time since I've tuned in. Haven't really been paying attention to Star Citizen. How have you been? I'm okay, Wes. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Just covering Star Citizen, plodding away, enjoying it. It's the IAE, the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo at the moment, so it's free fly. There's a load of stuff to do in the expo halls at New Babbage, so it's probably worth checking out. Just going there and going, ooh, you can rent all the ships as well. So sort of try anything. There's lots of cool stuff going on. And has there been any update to when base building will be released? No, they've showed off some more of the Rastar tool, which eventually will be in our hands to allow us to base build. And it will be an evolved tool for that. At the moment, Cloud Imperium use Rastar to place bases or outposts and sort of structures above ground. Faithkin, thank you very much for the sub. That is very much appreciated. Thank you. Recommendations for solo NPC crew exploration ship. Been thinking 315p or so, yeah, that price point. You're looking at that sort of price point. Freelancer does pretty good. If you can stretch to a Corsair, I would go for the Corsair. They're available from $225. And I really like the Corsair for exploration. I think it's no frills. It's the great size. You could run it with 1 or 2 people. And you certainly run it with an NPC crew. That's my suggestion for you. Do you prefer the Cutlass or the Cutter? I prefer the Cutlass. I think the Cutlass looks cool. I love it. I've got a big soft spot for the Cutlass. However, the Cutter is great. I really like the Cutter. I like Drake ships in general. If CIG gave you an in-game press character like Whitley's Guide, would you take it? I'd want to know more. I'm happy to do silly things in-game for Star Citizen. I'm going to be making some adverts for a lot of the sort of products in the moment and stuff, just off mine and Zin's own backs, as it were. Which is the best Drake, in your opinion? I still think the Cutlass, even with the Corsair turning up. The Cutlass is just so versatile and so useful. And just the standard cutlass black because it's cheap, right? Any solo or small crew mining ships in the pipeline you know of. Expect modularity to allow for a lot of mining, potentially. And the RSI Galaxy might be able to do some mining refining. And we'll have to wait and see. Although that's not small. Do you think we'll see the Hull C? So I think we'll see the Hull C potentially as part of the 3.18 patch cycle, or just after. There was some stuff they wanted to get the cargo rework in first before releasing the Hull C. Cargo rework is coming in 3.18. Do you think a new Argo ship will drop during the IAE? I have not heard of anything this year. I've been seeing tons of Star Citizen adverts for Freefly on YouTube. Never seen a Star Citizen advert before. It seems as though the marketing have had a massive budget increase. Yes, they actually have a marketing team, and they are sort of very active now. Do you think when they rework the Connie that they will make it look much more like the Perseus? No, I think you only see very minor external changes to the constellation. Maybe some struts changing. Been playing a while, have done very little missions. Is there any reputation? Is there a reputation for non-combat missions? Yeah, there's reputation for missions in general. It's not just combat missions as far as I'm aware. Will the character get updates or reworks for an elevator or anything else? It might get some tweaks and stuff. Nothing hugely planned that I'm aware of. Is there a way to upgrade the insurance on a ship that was purchased without losing the physical package that it was part of? So, war bond CCUs that you will see throughout the IAE should potentially give you what you want there. You'll have to spot a deal. There's daily war bond CCUs, and on the 27th to the 30th, there's going to be some extra ones that will be turning up on the RSI website. How many players at once will Static Server Mission bring? We talked about that. I'm expecting it next year, Static Server Mission, yes, with 4.0. What do you think about creatures? Do you think we'll get some in 2023? That's a good question. I think probably 2024 for creatures. I think there's going to be a lot of work on creatures for 2023, though. We don't have the AI, the just standard NPCs in a good enough place yet, in my opinion. Aquila versus Corsair for exploration. Corsair, for me, hands down. I really like the Corsair. If you want the snub, then maybe the Aquila. The Corsair, I think it's no frills, great single deck ship for exploration. Huge amount of firepower on the front. Love the way it looks. Some people do not. Zin hates the asymmetry of it. But she likes the Mercury Star Runner, so what's your guess on when the RSI Apollo will be added or whatever? I don't know. Obviously, lots of people were really sort of hype on the Apollo, but Clan Imperium are not actively working on it, I don't believe, at the moment. Anyone else have issues getting the 890 jump with in-game credit? Yes, because wasn't it sold out immediately? I thought the 890 jump sold out almost immediately with the store credit ones. Anyone else had phantom collisions in the Corsair? Not yet, I've not. How much of an increase in price do you expect from the Banner Matchman? When it's flyable, I'm expecting it to be 800 to maybe approaching $1,000. I think it's 600 at the moment, is it, the Banner Matchman? What's the difference between the two RSI Apollo models? That's a really good question, and I can never remember. So, will the Galaxy be a competitor to the Carrack? Maybe for multi-role. I think it's supposed to be more of a modular ship that you can use to focus on a particular role, such as medical, such as cargo, such as mining refining. What else have we got here? Bear with me. Rawr! Oh, there's a bear! They said bear with me. As far as the Kraken goes, how big is the ship and how... So we talked about that already. The Kraken shown was very detailed this year on the holodeck. What's your guess on how far it is along? I don't think it's actually actively being worked on at the second, the Kraken, which is annoying, as far as I'm aware. I think we could see it at the end of next year, if we're lucky. So November 8th was my 10th year anniversary in Star Citizen. I kickstarted on the 12th of November 2012, and so I've had a few people ask me how I'm still here, and since you're doing an MMA, I thought I'd ask, what keeps you with Star Citizen? I really enjoy Star Citizen. It keeps me busy. I quite like the constant news updates from Cloud Imperium, so I enjoy the project as a whole, as well as the game and the promise of the game in the future. It's interesting to be able to jump in and play Star Citizen and do some silly stuff. It still feels like it's pioneering, a bit sort of like the Wild West of covering a game, which is nice. Sort of suits my style a lot better. I can be a bit more erratic. I don't have to sort of confirm anything or come up with a sort of aggressive schedule is really what I mean by that. Yeah, I really enjoy the way the project's managed and the team and the information they give us, and warts and all, I really enjoy it. And I love the community as well. I mean, the community is the best thing about Star Citizen for me. Obviously, as well, it's effectively my job. So the Drake Kraken was sold at 4 PM UTC, midnight, and at 8 AM UTC in the waves. Why can I purchase a Kraken on store credit? So I don't think you can purchase the Kraken. I think you can... Isn't it the Privateer? I thought it was just the Privateer that was available left. So, let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. What we got here. So Drake Privateer. You can buy the Drake Privateer Warbond still, so they have not sold out of Warbond packages. The Kraken. You can buy Warbond still with... No, it's entirely sold out now, the Kraken. The Privateer, because it's very expensive, is still available, Warbond. What happened to the Retaliator rework God Standard? I expect to see that after they finished the power management and resource management systems. Clarification as far as the Kraken goes, how big is the ship? So we've talked about this a couple of times before. It's very big. It could fit dozens of sort of snubs on it and in it. I've not worked out the numbers. In the future, is it still planned for only tier 1 beds to allow you to respawn? We'll have to wait and see what Cloud Imperium actually do with this stuff, because we don't 100% know. At the moment, tier 1 and tier 2 beds allow you to respawn. Is it just me, or are the Corsair's flight characteristics better from the 400? And if so, why? I've not tested them enough to know that. Sorry. Can I purchase an upgrade with store credit? Yes, unless it's a Warbond upgrade, in which case, no. Why do people spend $2,000 on ships like NFTs? Well, is money really important? It's not really NFTs. These have function. These allow you to actually play with them. You could argue that some NFTs have that as well. But it is certainly a virtual good. I suppose they are non-fungible tokens because you can name them. So, yeah, people want to back the project, support the project. Some people have a large amount of sort of spare income. And what else have we got? I mean, I've spent $3,500-ish on the game, and a lot of time. A lot of time. If I upgrade the Avenger in my Avenger Titan Victor's starter pack, the Avenger Renegade, will I keep both ship skins? Good question. I believe so. As long as it's a skin that allows you to, that you could take on and off. As long as the skin's part of the package, then yes. If it's not listed in the package, then probably not. Any ideas when we can see yet another Freelancer or Constellation update? They look really outdated. They will be updating them very lightly, as far as I'm aware, but nothing major. What about alien or even robot NPCs being added? So robots, AI, no, they don't. They're not going to have them in game. At least that's plans not to have them in game. Alien NPCs, yep, you'll probably see alien NPCs and alien crew eventually. Has the Rylan been given a rough release date? Nope. Rylan has not. That's the alien medium cargo ship. Do you think the Liberator will be able to store ships in SU containers in the cargo hold? I think that will be a way of storing ships in the future. You'll be able to put them disassembled effectively or inactive in cargo boxes. I would expect that. Only because I look at Eve and go, that makes sense. What loadout do you think will be the most devastating to throw on the Corsair? Good question. I don't know. Obviously, ballistics would be the most devastating, but you would then lose all the ability to have sort of sustain. It's got a lot of forward-facing firepower as it is. You could certainly improve it, yeah. What size ships fit on the small and medium pads of the Kraken? I think anything up to, comfortably, I think anything up to Vanguard. The smaller pads. I suppose it's not 100% confirmed, just because they haven't finished 100% building it out. The FAQ, I think, states the sort of sizes of the ships that it will take. I don't know how many ships were available on each of the waves yet. I will poke CIG about it, though. No updates on the Rylan yet, but we might see some alien ship updates today, or potentially later in the week with some Inside Star Citizen and stuff. What's your honest guess of a 3.18 release, sir? Early to mid-December, genuinely, but I'm not sure if 3.18 will have all of the features it's supposed to have. And they might release the rest of them in 3.18.1 in the new year. That's my expectation. Zin thinks 3.18 live next year, and just an open PTU this year. No robots in game. You'll probably have manufacturing robots, like static robots, but not sort of AI running around as robos. Yes, yes. So AI blades and dumb AI are planned. So that's sort of semi-autonomous weaponry and systems and some boosts using computer slots for your ships. Some extra functionality. Will they make variants of the cutter? Not that I'm aware of. Got a YouTube notification that you want to give away? Probably a scam, unfortunately. If it's sort of like, if it's not me with my tick in my name, BoredGamer, if it's not my normal BoredGamer account, then it is almost certainly a scam. Because I would have told you to look in the description of the video or email me on my normal email address, which is richardboardgamer.co.uk. Your personal preference, HOTAS versus mouse and keyboard. So mouse and keyboard is just easier for me to use because I obviously get footage and change from first person and all that sort of jazz. I love my Verpal Constellation Delta HOTAS. I think it's amazing. Much better feeling. Yeah, some people are just have the disposable income and want to support the project. They sort of like, I want to make Star Citizen more of a reality, so I'm going to give money to that. Do I love the dream, or I have the nostalgia for Chris Roberts games or whatever, and they've got large disposable incomes, and they want to invest in that. They want to invest in that that sort of promise for the future of a great game that they can play with their friends. Yeah. I mean, some people spend a lot of money on clothes, some people spend a lot of money on cars, some people spend a lot of money on partying, other people spend a lot of money on spaceships that aren't physical. Lifetime insurance is a nice little perk, but it does no way should you worry about it if you don't get it. I mean, obviously, you can get 10 years insurance at the very least when you buy during the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, but you'll be able to get insurance in-game for very little credits. And everyone, even if you've got lifetime insurance, will likely need to buy insurance if they modify their ship anyway. BoredGamer official is not a real. It's not me. I will... it is indeed an imposter one. I will go and purge them again in a second. They occasionally try. Normally, my auto mod gets them all. Apologies that they were able to get through there. What else have we got? Question for anyone: is the game still bollocks for shipping goods to make a profit? So, 3.18 should be much better for cargo gameplay. That's what I say. That's what I will say. At the moment, it's not a huge amount of profit in. It's a lot of risk and not a huge amount of profit in cargo hauling. Will the price go up in price? When it's flyable, yes. It might go up before that as well. Have the development focus and pace, in your opinion, improved or declined? So, from what they've been working on, what they've been saying that they've been doing, the pace has increased a little bit, while also them expanding their offices. They've done a lot of work on Squadron 42, and they've done a lot of work on lots of other features and things. The development, the actual stuff that we've got in our hands feels like it's slowed after going pretty fast and slowing down for 3.18 and 4.0. So take that as how you want. The development going well, the actual live product slowed down, it feels. Why is the Avenger better than the Starter than the Cutter? It's a much better upgradable platform. It's a much better, got a huge amount of firepower comparatively, which can then be upgraded and changed. It's got a solid cargo base still. It's still got a living area. So it's got all the sort of features realistically, other than being able to take a vehicle, a proper vehicle. You can still probably cram a bike in there. Yeah, so it's sort of cargo area is smaller, but other than that, it's just a fantastic ship, the Avenger. Much better tech, much better weaponry. J-Bird, love all your IAE coverage. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. 43 months is a long time to be subbed to me. I apologise for you having to bear it for that long. Wait, I need to buy insurance. In-game, you will have to insure your ships if you want to keep them after they explode. It's in-game money. It's at a minor cost. Sort of to help drive the economy. So insurance will be available in-game for in-game money. It's not something you purchase outside of the game other than when you first buy your ship. And they want to give people some free insurance so they don't just lose their ship immediately, sort of thing. Are the concept Spirit line of ships going to be available tomorrow? They'll be available to purchase, yes, not to fly. Right. Any other quick questions I can answer? Boom. I am going to get some drinks and tweak some videos. The next day of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo starts in 50 minutes, so I'm going to get ready for recording that. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been very, very appreciated. People asking questions. That is helps me sort of work out what to do content-wise and a bit of a feeling for what's going on in the world. Did you already visit CIG Manchester? No, I have not visited their new studio in Manchester yet. I need to poke CIG about that. Who is around at the moment? I'm going to send you over to Croncy, as he's a beautiful boy. And I have not sent people over to him for a little while. So give this man some love. Thank you so much for watching. And shenanigans, I would have raided. I should have asked who people want me to raid. I apologize. Next time I will remember. Yeah, genuinely, thank you very much for joining me today. Very much appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. If you've got any feedback or you want anything particularly covered, you can get me on my my Twitter or on my Discord, or get me at contact@boredgamer.co.uk, or whatever. In the comments section, just sort of, I'll turn up. I read a lot of the comments. I don't read all of them. There's loads, but I do read a lot. And genuinely, thank you very much for all your support throughout the IAE, and your donations, and you using the join button under my videos. It's very much appreciated.